As the president continues to lie about the coronavirus outbreak, we are now seeing what it's like when a lifelong scam artist is in charge of responding to a public health crisis. From on Friday, during a visit to CDC headquarters in Atlanta, Trump predicted that the coronavirus outbreak, which has now hit more than 100,000 cases worldwide and over 500 here in the U.S., would actually be good for the economy.
You just addressed the economic piece, though, because there's obviously a lot of fear about the economy.
I mean, it is a fact. Now, you know, if you know anything about me, I like when people happen to stay in the United States and spend their money in the United States, okay? So I think people are staying in the United States more. They're going to spend their money in the United States.
That's right. Trump thinks coronavirus will help the economy because people will spend money here in the U.S. In fact, I've been buying toilet paper at Costco that I'm going to resell at a profit if things get worse.
And there are fears that the Dow will drop and drop quickly, and we're already seeing that.
The Dow Industrials are off right now 17 points, or 6.5%. You've got the NASDAQ off 5.8%, and then the S&P down 6.33%.
At this point, I've never seen this much anxiety on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange. There are traders running everywhere, and we are watching these levels.
Has trading now stopped? Has it hit that 7% trigger?
Trading has stopped because we've seen a drop of 7%, which means trading will stop for the next 15 minutes.
While officials are urging calm, today Wall Street S&P'd its pants. The Dow fell over 2,000 points. It's the largest single point drop in history. I think we have some footage of the Dow dropping.
Don't forget to wash your hands.
He's fine.
A report today from Vanity Fair says he is privately terrified about getting the virus and thinks journalists will try to purposefully contract coronavirus to give it to him on Air Force One. Well, that doesn't seem paranoid at all.
And as countries across the world were testing tens of thousands of people a day and taking extreme measures to mitigate the outbreak, our president was at the CDC talking about how he was getting his information not from doctors, but from his favorite channel, Fox News.
At the time I left the plane with you, we had 240 cases, or that's at least what was on a very fine network known as Fox News.
Why are you getting your information about how many cases there are from Fox News? You're at the CDC. You are surrounded. You are currently surrounded by doctors. Just turn around and ask one of them.
Chorus of hate being leveled at the president is nearing a crescendo as Democrats blame him and only him for a virus that originated halfway around the world. This is yet another attempt to impeach the president. And sadly, it seems they care very little for any of the destruction they are leaving in their wake. Losses in the stock market. All this, unfortunately, just part of the political casualties for them. You know, this is a time to be united, not to be pointing fingers, not to be encouraging hate, and yet what do we see? We see the absolute opposite from the left tonight. Good evening, everyone. I am Trish Riggin.
As I said, the largest in Dow history, larger by over 500 points, breaking the record set just 11 days ago. You know what? Donald Trump was right when he said this.
We're going to win so much, you're going to get so tired of winning. You're so tired.
Absolutely exhausted.
On Friday, the president signed a funding bill from Congress to help combat the virus. And really pay attention to what he says here.
So we're signing the $8.3 billion. I asked for 2.5, and I got 8.3. And I'll take it.
Okay. He only asked for $2.5 billion. Congress said we authorized $8.3 billion, and he's bragging that he wanted less. I don't know. It doesn't. He somehow finds a way to brag about everything. And at the signing, somebody asked him about Elizabeth Warren and whether sexism played a role in her campaign not working out. And you're going to be surprised to hear he doesn't.
She destroyed Mike Bloomberg very quickly, like it was nothing. That was easy for her. But people don't like her. She's a very mean person, and people don't like her. People don't want that. They like a person like me that's not mean. Okay, I'll see you guys.
See you, losers. I like when he unbuttons his shirt a little. It's very sexy.
That the cult of personality that insulates Trump from dissent is having an impact because Trump appointees keep going out of their way to compliment him in situations where it's totally unnecessary, from the health secretary to the head of the CDC to the Surgeon General just yesterday on CNN.
Thank you, Mr. President, for gathering your public health experts here today and for your strong leadership in keeping America safe.
I want to thank you for your decisive leadership in helping us, put public health first.
We want to make sure if folks are out there who are at risk, they're taking extra precautions. But speaking of being at risk, the president, he sleeps less than I do, and he's healthier than what I am.
No, he's not. There's no way he's healthier than you are. I mean, look at him. He doesn't even know the difference between inside and outside. I mean, I expect him to bring an umbrella, but he doesn't know how to use one.
Every day at the New York Stock Exchange, they let guests ring the opening bell, so it must suck for today's bell ringers. Banking industry women celebrating International Women's Day. Oh, so suddenly the market was earning way less than when a man rang the bell, even though the women did the same job? That checks out. Huh.
This is yet another reminder that Trump is a lifelong scam artist who is constantly running a con and trying to BS his way out of that con. It's obvious he doesn't have a plan for anything other than his own self-preservation. For example, there's been a major delay in testing capacity due to CDC errors, which experts have called a national disgrace. Last week, the White House said it would fail to meet its goal of providing enough coronavirus test kits for 1 million people by the end of the week. And Vice President Mike Pence said they won't have enough tests to meet demand. Then out of nowhere, during his visit to the CDC on Friday, Trump not only said everyone could get a test, he said the tests were perfect and for some reason compared them to his infamous phone call with the president of Ukraine. You know, the one that got him impeached.
Anybody that wants a test can get a test. Anybody that needs a test gets a test. They're there. They have the tests. And the tests are beautiful. Anybody that needs a test gets a test. But anybody that needs a test can have a test. They're all set. They have them out there. And the tests are all perfect. Like the letter was perfect. The transcription was perfect.
Anyone who needs a test gets the test. I need a test, not you.
Yeah. This is the first crisis of Trump's presidency that he did not cause himself. And he is shanking it. Instead of monitoring the situation, Trump spent the weekend golfing. It seems insensitive, I know.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
You took the right out of my mouth. It does seem insensitive, but remember that right after Pearl Harbor was attacked, FDR was photographed playing skee-ball. December 7th, 1941, a day that will live in fun for me.
Just as he lied about his scam vitamin kits, he's trying to lie about the coronavirus outbreak. Here he is on Friday, justifying his lies by claiming he has a natural ability for dealing with this kind of thing.
You know, my uncle was a great person. He was at MIT. He taught at MIT for, I think, like a record number of years. He was a great super genius. Dr. John Trump. I like this stuff. I really get it. People are surprised that I understand it. Every one of these doctors said, how do you know so much about this? Maybe I have a natural ability. Maybe I should have done that instead of running for president.
Seriously, you think instead of running for president at age 70, you should have become a doctor instead? The only white coat you should be wearing is a straitjacket. Also, there is no way, I'm sorry, but there is no way a doctor said the words, how do you know so much about this stuff? I mean,
God, Trump is a loathsome human. Oh my God, he's an idiot. And wow, Donald Trump is an enormous douche.